Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you are all happy and safe at home. Welcome to the new section of online class of biology. We already started the chapter Transport in Plants. In the last class, you learned about the conductive tissues in plants. Which are the two conducting tissues in plants? The xylem and phloem. I hope that you all have drawn the diagrams in the notebook. Today, let us move on to the next topic. Water absorption by roots. In this section, you will learn about the root system, root hair, internal structure of the root, speciality of root hairs, process involved in the absorption by roots, and the root pressure. Let's study one by one in detail. Here is the diagram of a root system with all its parts. Actually, when a seed germinates, which part of the seed grows into the root system? The radicle of the embryo grows downward and forms the root system. When the seed germinates, the radicle grows downward and forms the main root or the primary root. From the primary root arise many lateral roots. They are the secondary and tertiary roots. And that tertiary roots contain many small hair-like outgrowths. These outgrowths are called the root hairs. In the picture you can see the growing region of a root. In the growing region you can see a large number of outgrowths. These outgrowths are the root hairs. These root hairs absorb water and minerals from the soil. How do these hairs absorb water and minerals from the soil? Let us see. Before learning about absorption by roots, you should be thorough with the internal structure of the root. Here is the diagram of the internal structure of the root. When we take the section of a root, you can see the structure as given in the diagram. In the first diagram, you can see the outer covering and there is a middle part and the innermost to that is in the center, you can see the xylem and phloem. They are the vascular bundles or the conducting tissues in plants. When we observe a small portion of it, enlarge it and observe it with the help of a microscope, we can see the parts as shown in the second diagram. In that, you can see an outer layer of cells with small outgrowths. This outer layer of cell is called the epidermis and the outgrowths are the root hairs. So, we can say root hair is the outgrowth of the epidermal cells of the root. Below that, there are many layered cells. That many layered parenchyma cells, they are the cortex. And after the cortex, when we go inner, you can see the xylem and phloem. They are the conducting tissues. So the root hair absorbs water from the soil, then it is passes through the cortex, then to the inner part of the root, that is to the xylem. That xylem transport water to upper parts of the plant. Look at the diagram given here. It is the highly magnified view of a root hair. In this diagram, you can see a layer of cells one by one. There are 3 or 4 cells arranged in a single layer. Here, these cells have some outgrowths. These outgrowths are the root hair. So, root hair is an extension or the outgrowth of the epidermal cells. Like other plant cells, these cells also have an outer thick wall and an inner cell membrane. The outer thick wall is called the cell wall and the inner thin membrane is called the plasma membrane or cell membrane. You know the characteristic of cell wall and the plasma membrane. Cell wall is freely permeable. That means it allows all the materials to pass through it. But the cell membrane is semi-permeable. That means it allows only certain materials to pass through it. And there is a big vacuole inside the epidermal cell. This vacuole contains a fluid called the cell sap. So the cell sap of this root hair cell is highly concentrated. That means there is very less water and more solutes found in this cell sap. So it is highly concentrated. And along with the root hair, you can see two other cells also in the epidermis. That is the root hair beginning to grow out. So there is an outgrowth. You can see one fully grown root hair and two other root hairs beginning to grow out. How do these root hairs absorb water from the soil? They have some special features. These special features help the root hairs to absorb water from the soil. These special features are: the root hairs have large surface area. What do you mean by that? Large surface area due to numerous root hair. You know, there is a large number of root hair present on the root. So these large number of root hairs provide large surface area. What is the advantage of having large surface area? More the surface area, greater is the absorption. So root can absorb more water from the soil because of having a large surface area. The second characteristic is highly concentrated cell sap. That means, as I told you, the cell sap of the root hair is highly concentrated. That means that contain very less water and a large number of dissolved materials. The cell sap is more concentrated than the water present in the soil. So the root can absorb water from the soil easily. That is, the water moves from the area where it has more water to the area where it has less water. So the soil water enters into the root hair because the root hair contain very less water. And the third characteristic is the semi-permeable cell membrane. The semi-permeable cell membrane means it allows only certain materials to pass through it. This permeability of the cell membrane allows the water molecules to pass through it while holding the other particles. So the soil water enters into the root hair through the semi-permeable cell membrane. Here is the diagram of a selectively permeable membrane. In this diagram you can see that in the middle there is a membrane, and through that membrane arrows are given. Small molecules such as water can pass through it, and the large molecules like starch or any other solute molecules present in the soil cannot pass through this membrane. So the red molecules and the blue molecules, blue indicates the water, and the other molecules given here, they are the bigger molecules. That bigger molecules cannot pass through that. That is why it is called semi-permeable. Allows only certain materials to pass through that. Next is the process involved in absorption by roots. Now you know the root hairs are very much suited to absorb the water from the soil because of the three characteristics: large surface area, highly concentrated cell sap, and the semi-permeable cell membrane. Okay, then how this water enter inside the root hair? What process involved in this absorption? There are three types of movement, or we can say the whole process of absorption is on the basis of three types of movement. They are the diffusion, osmosis, and active transport. Here the diffusion and osmosis are the passive transport that moves automatically from the area where the molecules are more to the area where the molecules are less. the area where the water is more to the area where the water is less. But the third one, active transport, that is the opposite of the first two. Let us see one by one. First one is the diffusion. It is the movement of molecules or ions from the higher region to the lower region. That means from the area where the molecules more to the area where the molecules less. That is, the diffusion occurs in solid, liquid and gases. When we burn an agarbatti in one part of the room, the smell spread everywhere by diffusion. Carbon dioxide enter into the leaf by diffusion. When we add 1 or 2 drops of ink in the water, it spreads everywhere in the water. These are by diffusion. So spreading the molecules or the movement of molecules from the region, from the higher region to the lower region is called diffusion. Next is the osmosis. It is the movement of water molecules from the higher region to the lower region. Or we can say the water molecules move from higher potential to lower water potential, where the water is more to the area where the water is less, across a semi-permeable membrane or partially permeable membrane. So the soil water enter inside the root hair through the semi-permeable membrane of root hair by the process of osmosis. Next is the active transport. The particles of substances move from the lower region to the higher region. That means where the particles are less to the the region where the particles more. That means from the lower region to the higher region by using energy from the cell. It is against the concentration gradient. That means the soil contains, the root absorb minerals from the soil by this process, active transport. The soil contains less minerals, but the root contains more particles. That means inside the cell sap there is a large number of dissolved mineral elements. So the root hair absorb the mineral elements from the soil into the root hair by active transport using energy from the cell. That is the active transport. Next topic is the ascent of sap. It is the upward movement of water and minerals. Here in the picture you can see the pathway of water across the root. The root hair absorb water from the soil by the process of osmosis. This absorbed water moves into the inner cells of the cortex by cell-to-cell diffusion and osmosis and reaches in the central xylem. This xylem continued upward into the stem and the leaves. The xylem transport the water to upper parts of the plant. So this upward movement of water and minerals is called ascent of sap. Now you know the roots continuously absorb water from the soil. Due to this continuous inflow of water into the root, there exert a pressure. This pressure is called the root pressure. This pressure helps the water to conduct upward. So root pressure is the pressure developed in the root due to the continuous inflow of water because of cell-to-cell osmosis. As a result of this pressure, water enters the xylem vessels and helps in pushing the plant sap upwards. Thus, root pressure is one of the forces which contributes to the ascent of sap through the stem into the leaves up to a certain height. So the water is transported to the upper parts of the plant to a certain height is due to this root pressure. That's all for today. Read the lesson well. Take down the main points in the notebook. Draw the diagrams of the internal structure of the root and the magnified view of the root hair. Learn the definitions of osmosis, diffusion and active transport. Thank you.